What if ancient aliens built the pyramids? Tourists travel from far and wide to see these grand structures, the only wonders of the ancient world still standing today. As monuments to the pharaohs of Egypt, the largest three are hundreds of feet high. In fact, for thousands of years, they were the tallest man-made structures in the world. But what if they weren't man-made at all? This is Unveiled, and today we're answering the extraordinary question, what if ancient aliens built the pyramids? Are you a fiend for facts? Are you constantly curious? Then why not subscribe to Unveiled for more clips like this one, and ring the bell for more fascinating content. The Great Pyramids of Giza were constructed 4,500 years ago, with most archaeologists agreeing that they serve as vast tombs. Situated just outside of Cairo, the main site consists of three main pyramids, some smaller pyramids, and the Great Sphinx. The largest, standing at 450 feet tall, is thought to be the tomb of the pharaoh Khufu. Despite being there for thousands of years, the pyramid interiors remain mostly unexplored because of an unwillingness to carry out invasive and potentially damaging excavations. So far, small robots and scanners have proven our best and safest means of getting inside to have a look around, uncovering various passages and chambers over the decades. But the pyramids are still at the center of many, many mysteries, and exactly how they were built has been a point of interest for centuries. Which leads us to one of today's most popular conspiracy theories, that extraterrestrials had a hand in their construction. In the case of the pyramids, a long-term lack of verifiable evidence has led to amateurs and speculators filling in the gaps for themselves, with more and more bizarre ideas coming to the fore. One popular line connecting the pyramids with outer space is their seemingly astronomical positioning, with some proposing a similarity between their location and the constellation of Orion. It's a controversial theory though, not least because most astronomers agree that the measurements don't match up to begin with, suggesting that maps used to prove the link have been altered to better support the theory. Another idea is that the latitudinal coordinates of the Great Pyramids can be read as identical to the speed of light in meters per second, with a number sequence of 299792458. Again though, it's a highly contentious point because, with the pyramids being so large, various other latitudinal values which aren't the speed of light will also find them. And then there's also the fact that the ancient Egyptians didn't even measure in meters or meters per second. Conspiracists could well argue that some kind of time-traveling alien might have brought the unit of measurement back from the future specifically for the pyramids, but it's clear that we're beginning to grasp at proverbial straws. By far though, the biggest problem facing the ancient aliens hypothesis in this case is that we have absolutely no concrete proof that aliens exist at all. Saying aliens built the pyramids also doesn't explain anything. How are they supposed to have achieved it? With tractor beams and anti-gravity technology? And for what reason? Just to play a huge prank on planet Earth, or did they really bury advanced secrets deep within the structures? On the other hand, what we do know is that the ancient Egyptians were accomplished at architecture and construction and built no shortage of other monuments during the time of the pharaohs. Egyptologists have long proposed that a sophisticated ramp system was the primary means by which the pyramids were built. And in 2018, one such ramp, dating to 4,500 years ago, was actually found by archaeologists in a nearby quarry. A workers' village has also been discovered close by, providing tangible evidence that thousands of people, human people, built the vast and intriguing spectacles we see today. It's possible that the construction methods even for structures as iconic as the pyramids might simply have been lost to time. In this way, the method behind the pyramids can be thought of like the lost technology of Damascus steel, which was remarkably strong and is even thought to have contained carbon nanotubes, but we don't know how to recreate it today. Perhaps the true secrets of pyramid construction were once held in the Great Library of Alexandria, which housed texts from all across the ancient world, but was unfortunately destroyed thousands of years ago. The conspiratorial counter-argument might say that the library could just as well have held in-depth accounts of long-lost visitors from space. And there is no way to know for sure, but tips on Egyptian buildings still rank as more plausible in the minds of most compared to accounts of alien overlords. In general, the ancient aliens theory has also been criticized for being rooted in prejudiced colonialism, based on the assumption that civilizations in the global south couldn't possibly have built the pyramids themselves. Critics argue that the same bias shows itself in theories on the Easter Island statues, various Mayan ruins, and the so-called Chilean alien, a body discovered in the Atacama Desert in 2003, which, after extensive testing, was found to be that of a human girl probably born in the 1960s. She was neither ancient nor an alien, and the treatment of her remains has since been condemned by Chilean authorities. So to explain away the pyramids as simply the work of aliens is clearly riddled with problems, inaccuracies, and ethical issues. But say we lived in a reality where it really was the truth, where all of those concerns were adequately answered by solid, recognizable evidence that the pyramids are of extraterrestrial origin. What then? In such a reality, the pyramids would hold the secrets not only to their own construction, but also to time travel, faster than light travel, and the habitability of alien worlds. But the bigger question of why they were built would still remain. They could serve as a gateway between us and the rest of the galaxy, willingly built by humans in part to honor their alien visitors, but they could also be ominous and deadly, with some theorists going as far as to suggest that they're actually alien weapons. Here, the pyramids are billed as though they're a type of Trojan horse, where an incredible gift is presented to humanity, but it hides something terrible within, waiting to be let out. Given that the pyramids aren't the only site that's been blamed on extraterrestrial activity at one time or another, if we found concrete proof that aliens actually were responsible for Giza, everything else that's otherwise unexplained would then be thought of in the same way, from the Nazca lines in Peru, which are only visible from above, to the iconic standing stones at Stonehenge, which some theories claim are a landing pad for spacecraft. So it's clear that such a revelation about the pyramids or any ancient man-made structure would completely reshape our ideas on human history. While the ancient aliens theory as it is fraught with problems, pitfalls, and prejudices, were anything like it to ever transpire, it'd change our understanding not just of our future and our place in a wider, more populated galaxy, but also of our timeline until this point. And that's what would happen if ancient aliens built the pyramids. What do you think? Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments, check out these other clips from Unveiled, and make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for our latest content.